Guys, Tom. See a lot of fishing poles back there, and you're probably wondering, what the hell are all those fishing poles? I thought this was a engine build. Yeah, it is. What we have here is I want to show you my engine stand first, engine testing stand. And here's my 440. 440 stroked out to 512 cubic inches, so it's got a stroker kit in there, yes. Okay, but I'll run down exactly what's in there and how I built this engine testing stand in a minute. But this baby should produce close to low 600s, I hope. Maybe 620, 620, maybe 625, hopefully. But we'll see what it does. Anyways, it's going to go into this. It's a 1970 Barracuda Grand Coupe. It's got a 383 in there already. It is a 4-speed. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, really excited to drop that baby in there. Alright, what we have here is a engine testing stand. I want to first thank Vernon, my buddy, for donating all of the metal materials. I got all the angle irons, the 2-inch tubing, and this aluminum plate. Obviously it was a little short, so I had to connect it together, but I want to kind of go run down these gauges for you. Anyways, here's a start button right here. Press that. This is on and off switch for fan, and this one is power on and off. Oil pressure, voltmeter, temperature gauge, and my tach. Also over here is I hooked up an auxiliary oil pressure gauge that kind of runs all the way over here and here. As you can see, it's leaking a little bit of oil, so I gotta be careful. Check that once in a while. Okay, I purchased this radiator and fan separately. Actually, it cost me a little bit over 60 bucks at a junkyard. It's a bigger radiator. Had to kind of manipulate the hose a little bit. I had to use a connector so that it'll fit into the to the water pump there. The next I have is the good old 6-pack. Okay, this is a true 1970 package. All the vacuum seems to be working except for the vacuum advance for distributor. I'm not sure if it's working properly or not, just not getting enough vacuum in my opinion, so I'm gonna have to check that as I after I stick it in the car and put some load on it. Yeah, it was a little bit hard to dial this in, but I think I'm pretty close. It is coughing a little bit at this moment, spewing out some gas on top of the center carb, so I'm not sure what I need to do to fix that, but I'm sure I can figure it out. Alright, next is we have our Trick Flow 240 heads. This is pretty good stuff. You can get them maybe around $1,000 to maybe $1,100 a piece, but it is a 219 intake and 175 exhaust. I forgot to mention, as you can see, I'll go through the actual testing stand, how it's made. So here is the motor mount beam that connects to the motor mount. It's got a swivel there, and it is adjustable through this arm here, and this goes back and forth. The orange bar goes forward and backward, so it can be adjusted to any type of engine size. And back here I have an old engine stand that I cut up and re-welded, and it is currently mounted onto the bell housing. Okay, and this 440 block is a 1970 block. It was bored 30 over, honed and then line honed. It does have a it does have a comp cam. I don't know the lobe and things. I don't have the camp card with me, but it does have a 571 lift, both intake and exhaust. And topping it off is the long tube exhaust. And right here, this is not a motorcycle exhaust, but a resonator that I took from a Cadillac at a junkyard. This only cost me 25 bucks altogether. Okay, that is pretty much it. I hope I'm not missing anything, but we're gonna fire this baby up in a second. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Power on. And let's go ahead and fire this baby up. One thing I forgot to mention is this HEI ignition system that I put in here instead of the old traditional ECM that all the early Mopar cars came with. Everybody talks about how great these things are, but I'm not quite sold on it. I guess we'll see until I drop this baby in the car and you know, drop the hammer, so to speak, and see how it performs. If I don't like it, I'll change it back to the old setup. But anyways, hey, this is my first video. Hopefully you guys liked it. I will make more videos once I put this engine in the CUDA, and I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks for watching.